hear it all the time. Come to the American Red Cross to donate blood and save a life. You see it on signs and billboards, commercials on TV. But what if you were told that you were deferred for life and no longer able to give blood, but you're a healthy person and you have that willingness to help out? Today we're going to talk about how much blood is needed, what they use the blood for, why people get deferred from giving blood, and why this criteria should be changed. Do we need people to donate blood? According to americasbloodcenters.org, 40,000 pints of blood are needed every day. What is the blood used for? If somebody's in a car accident, they might need a blood transfusion. Some sicknesses like cancer and other bloodborne pathogens require you to get blood transfusions. When they're doing operations, sometimes there's internal bleeding or unexpected problems, and you need to get blood in order to survive. Although an estimated 38% of the U.S. population is eligible to donate blood, only about 10% of the eligible population actually donate blood each year, according to the AmericanRedCross.org. So why would people get deferred for life and not be able to give blood if there's such a need for it? Healthy people get turned away and have no option to get back on the list. The two main people that were deferred for life are because of lifestyle choices they've made or their sexual orientation. All donated blood is tested for infections, bloodborne pathogens, and they run several tests on them. So why would you tell people that they can't? After a pint of blood is collected, it is processed into its transferable components: plasma, platelets, and red blood cells. A dozen tests are then performed to establish a donor's blood type. They screen for infectious diseases, and this has all been done since 1985. The American Red Cross has used enzyme endoases to test for antibodies to tell if the blood is HIV positive, and they test for HIV 1 and 2. This is according to AmericanBloodCenters.org. If you have proof from your doctor that you are able to give blood, why would you be turned away? Well, the FDA is the one who regulates the criteria, and they have changed it in the past. So let's make a stand so they'll change it again. What makes you deferred for life? You can either be an IV drug user or a man that has had sex with another man even once since 1977. According to scientificamerica.org, the FDA made these policies in 1983 before HIV and AIDS testing was available. Today's technology makes it almost impossible to go through all of these tests and not find if blood has a bloodborne pathogen. And the total ban puts a huge burden on the blood agencies and on the blood supply that we need. In 2010, the HHS Advisory Committee for Blood Safety and Availability, ACBSA, found that the deferral policy for men who have sex with men, MSM, was suboptimal and recommended that studies be conducted to better information and potential policy change, according to the FDA.gov website. Once the studies were completed in 2014, the FDA, along with other public health service agencies, including the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Health Resources, the Service Administration, National Institute of Health and Wellness, and the Office of the Assistant Secretary for Health, assessed the results of the study. And in November 2014, the results were presented to the HHS Advisory Committee for Blood and Tissue Safety and Availability, the committee that succeeds the ACBSA, which, after considering the results, recommended that a shorter deferral period was appropriate. All of this is according to scientificamerica.org. So let's look at what this means for you. Imagine how many more lives can be saved if more healthy people were able to donate blood. The only regulation today stopping people from donating blood and deferring them for life is if they were IV drug users. With the proper documentation, we should be able to donate blood after a certain amount of time. In changing the criteria, more blood would be available when needed in an emergency or for sick people. If the criteria stays the same, there will always be a shortage of donated blood. With all that being said, you can agree. Can you agree? Changing the criteria makes more sense than turning donors away. All you have to do is petition the FDA or go to Freedom to Donate website and sign the petition there. Anyone who is healthy and willing should be able to donate blood, as long as they have the proper proof that they are free from bloodborne pathogens, and the testing they do on the blood will also back up that information. Now that we have talked about why blood is needed and why people get deferred and how to remedy these problems, I hope you go sign a petition today so that more lives can be saved. Every willing, healthy person can donate blood, should be able to, because every 2 seconds in the United States, someone needs blood, according to the AmericanRedCross.org. Let healthy people donate, or let the sick and injured die. Thank you.